Welcome to Channel Devonity, the only show where a bunch of less than desirables play Dungeons and Dragons with West Country accents. Ooh-ar! Ooh-ar, indeed. Oh, we all had a good week, I hope.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah? No. Good. So we're already between Dungeons and Dragons. So, well, unless anyone wants to say anything, we can get straight into it. How do you guys feel?
Yeah.
Ready to go? Yeah?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Born ready.
Alright, let's play Dungeons and Dragons. On the last episode, our adventurers met, our new party was formed, and we're going to try something a little bit experimental, and we're going to allow the players to recall what happened. So with that in mind, David, what happened last session?
Well, we turned up at the tavern. We made friends with a very dishy barmaid.
Trish the Dish.
Mm-hmm. We had
the most important character so far.
Yeah, we had some dinner and some ale, and my character seemingly hasn't got the ability to chat to women, so that was a good start.
Yep.
Managed to get a room for the evening.
We did.
So some of us slept, some didn't. There was going to be a little bit of thievery, but that didn't happen.
I mean, this sounds like a kind of holiday video.
Welcome to Butland. So, yeah, it went fairly well. We caught up with a very sketchy looking dude.
Yep. We spoke to him in the corner of the pub. He insinuated that he might know a guy who could get us a ticket for our totally normal friend.
Do you remember his name?
Norman.
Pariah.
Pariah.
Yeah, well done.
Nice.
Like a social
Not papaya.
Not a papaya. So we managed to get some information out of Papaya. We found out who this chap is, and after hitting the shop,
I forgot to put my shirt back on after I took it off. So he had to get me clothing.
Not just any clothing.
Well, the shirt was a little too tight. So of course I'll have to take the frilly pink princess dress.
excellent.
Which I've already ruined.
Yeah. with a mystery mustard.
Oh yeah.
It won't be the last one, I
We made our way to Plythus Square.
Yeah, Plythus Square, where you met a Mr. Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
And he told us that we have to go rob a warehouse of a suspicious chest that we'll know when we see it, but we're not allowed to look inside.
No.
If
He
we
will
do,
know.
he'll know.
Inside.
I'm really starting to think he's just following us the whole time.
And then, if we successfully get this chest, apparently he will find us, and in exchange for said chest, will give us a ticket for the airship.
I'm going to go on a boat that goes in the sky.
Yes.
Hopefully.
And then you were all walking towards said warehouse with a quest in mind. And that's where we left it last session.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, let's pick straight back up. So you're outside Anchor Street. You're outside the warehouse with the crossed cleavers.
Point of order. Moss Chops, feeling that the group is heading towards the warehouse, is going to quickly go, "Don't walk fucking towards it!"
Just ambling towards it like,
Yeah.
Hello. We're not here to kill anyone.
Why not? It's where we need to go.
Just walk past it and act like we have no interest in it whatsoever.
Good thinking there.
Yes.
Scout the place out a bit before we do anything.
Yes, quite right. Look like travelling folk. Yes.
We are travelling folk.
Exactly.
Yes.
Nothing to be suspicious of at all here.
Is there anything not being suspicious?
Just minding our own business, wandering past.
Yes. Yes. So, Moss, but which direction do you think we should walk?
I think you lot should walk wherever you want to, and I'll report back in a minute.
Splendid.
Just amble around and take in the scenery.
So, what's down here? Is it just the one place?
So on Anchor Street, you have this whole street is known for the warehouse trade, where the workers will gather the various materials that go onto the voyage for the airships. Obviously, you're on a port, a skyport town, but the one voyage is not this one voyage eve to Bass is not the only time the skyport is used. Therefore, this warehouse district houses a lot of material that is used for various airships.
So it's quite a busy port then.
Yeah, it's quite. So even though you're not near the ocean, this is an airport.
Yeah. If you will. So I don't happen to, because I saw those two gents walking early hours in the morning.
Yes.
Is this the sort of direction I saw them coming from?
Yes, this is the sort of direction you saw them coming from, heading towards the actual main skyport itself.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna go for a mooch, I reckon. Yeah. I'll just sort of gather myself together and just trot down, so I like.
So you gather yourself together and you begin to make a firm stride down Anchor Street.
Oh, just another traveller. Walking down through and just sort of peeking in where I can, just like look interested in what's going on.
Okay, make me a perception test, please.
First roll of the night, get in. 19.
19. So walking down Anchor Street and just past the warehouse that you finally found at Cross Cleavers, you see a few other workers on the street, but nothing major. They seem to be working in other warehouses that have their double doors open.
Okay.
So the difference is the warehouse that you've been looking for information, it's all completely closed up.
Okay.
You can't see any way from the front of actually getting a good view. There does appear to be it's kind of an alleyway, but not quite, between the two warehouses, the Cross Cleaver warehouse and another warehouse, and on that sign you just see Finkelton's Fish.
Finkelton's Fish. Okay. I'm just looking right at the rest of the group, right? Do we try and get some kippers for the voyage? Like trying to indicate that there is a pathway down. Kippers?
All of you make a perception test. See if you acknowledge what's
Perception for keepers.
Kippers. Can you
Kipper perception.
Yeah, can you see or hear a kipper? Ooh.
That's good.
19.
16.
24.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
16.
Okay. So you all you sort of cop on to what he means at this point, and you kind of follow his gaze, and you see the alleyway that's running down between the two warehouses.
So,
That'd be a wise idea, I think.
Yeah.
Always good to have a bit of extra food for...
smoke me a kipper, I'll be back for breakfast. And then
Dude.
just head down.
Can you award minus inspiration for telling jokes?
So I just head down the alleyway, sort of just try and look like I'm just beelining down the alleyway pretty much.
Okay. Right. So as you head towards the alleyway, I take it you all going together, or
Yep.
Okay. So you all go together down this alleyway, and eventually you come into a shadow area. where the natural morning light that is lighting up the anchor street itself dissipates, and you're all finding yourself in very dark shadows.
Okay. I think at this point then I will put the hood up on my cloak and start kind of like sneaking around and start. So this alleyway is next to the warehouse.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna.
So you're literally like now down the side of this warehouse.
Okay. So I'm gonna get real stealthy and I'm gonna start looking for ways in, and just casing it really. So first of all, I'd like to roll my stealth.
Go for it.
And that is 21.
21. This is a much better stealth than your previous attack.
Yes, definitely. And then I guess investigation?
Yep, sure, go for it.
Just before you do that, I'm going to give you guidance on it.
Thank you. That's
1d4, I believe.
1d4. Thank you. It's not going to help. That was a natural 1.
Okay, so you kind of begin to dissipate into the shadows, and the rest of you can see, well, you can't see. You can't see Moss Chops anymore, he just vanishes. But what you do see is various windows that just too high for you to reach. One seems to be opened by a small latch, and that looks like as good a way in as any way into the warehouse. There is a door further down, which is a nice pulley slidey door. At least that's what you estimate from the angle that you're currently at.
Okay.
Any luck, Moss Chops, my little friend?
Wait a minute.
Yes, I think he's done a rather better job than earlier.
There's a window up there. I'll pull my hood down now and I'll make myself known. There's a window up there and there's a door up there. It's about all I know.
How high up's the window?
Very high for Moss Chops.
But maybe not so high.
For a standard person. It's you're probably looking at about another 2 feet.
Or
So-
above our heads?
Yeah.
What if Moss Chops was stood on my shoulders?
Yeah, just lifted up.
Or yeeted.
Or yeet, I could yeet you.
I think a lift
Might be
better,
safer
yeah.
for now. Well,
Fair enough.
yeah.
Okay, so we've got a window and a big sliding door in the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I say we go for the window.
Yeah.
Moss Chops, I think this might be a team effort.
Alright.
What do you say?
Yeah.
I
Alright.
guess while they're doing that, we're just keeping an eye out, just in case.
Okay. Make me a perception test. Are you
Just
keeping an eye out too?
keeping an eye out.
Of course, you're too busy looking at all the amazing things down in the back alley, like little
Never seen
tiny.
one person on top of another before. Amazing.
15. Okay. Yeah, you scan down the to the end of the alleyway where you'd previously come. You see a few shadows of people walking by, workers, but no one seems to notice you in the darkened
I'll
confines
just
of the
reiterate.
alleyway.
I think we're good.
So does the alley open back up again then, yeah?
No, it doesn't. So it's a dead end.
It's a dead end?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will just draw that on my plan.
So looking at that dead end, it looks like it's made up of like a brick wall,
So where's this fish
literally
place?
next to you.
Oh, right.
On the opposite side.
Opposite side is this
Yeah,
fish
so
place.
the way alleyways usually work is there's a wall either side of you.
Oh, that's fun. It's almost like I've drawn that, Chris.
Oh, well, there you go. Well done. You've now got an alleyway. That's what it is.
Cartography skills are blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Mapping where I go.
Fenrir bends down in front of the window. Hop on, Moss Chops.
Put my foot in the makeshift stirrup
And
and
eat.
Okay. Just give me a strength test with advantage.
I'm very light.
And again.
And again.
And again.
And take the high
Take
one.
this one. That's the
Oh,
highest.
18. 18.
Plus just
Plus
two.
strength.
That's my strength.
Plus 2. More
Oh,
strength.
heck. 20.
He's on the roof.
He's through the window.
It's on the airship.
Congratulations, Moss
You
Chops.
made this
You don't need
quite
an airship.
Should we say take it back?
So you lift Moss Chops in your arms, and you can see the window. You can literally grasp it.
I will. Before I put my fingers on it, I am going to investigate the window for traps.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
I'm going to use this dice. With that. That would just be an investigation, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be with thieves' tools, because that's...
No, just an investigation.
Don't fail me. Oh, well, that's a 10.
Okay. You can't see any cords or any indication of any traps.
Okay.
You usually look for pulley cords, anything that might just be there to...
Yeah.
Kind of like a tripwire, for example. There's no indication of that.
Okay, I will take a dagger and I will slide it through and lift up the... You said it's like on a...
On a latch.
On a latch, so I'll lift up the latch and then pull the window towards me to open it.
Okay, so you pull the latch up, and then the windows sort of, but very lightly, just enough that you can just pull it up.
Is it a flappy outy window, or is it
it's a flappy outy window.
Okay, cool. So I will do that and peek my head inside.
Okay, you peek your head inside. What you see is it's what you expect from a warehouse. There are wooden shelving units, but it's all done in a series of rows. Mm-hmm. So it's like being at Tesco's. You've got aisles of warehouse storage. You can hear some voices in one of the far corners, muffled voices, quite gruff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite dark in this area where you're slowly creeping through the window.
Okay. Then I am going to stealthily go inside and try to drop to the floor.
Okay, so give me a stealth test and followed by an athletics test, please.
So my stealth was 14.
Okay.
And athletics is not going to be good. I lied, it was 17.
Okay. So you head through the window, and you manage to, using your arms, you manage to lower yourself just enough so when you drop, you'll make as less noise as possible, and you drop to the floor. It's a very stone cold floor, and you can feel the sort of damp coldness running through your leather boots.
Okay.
Leather boots? Do you have leather boots on? Yeah, so there we go, leather boots. And you luckily, where you land, there is a shelving unit, and you are just hidden beyond any view. But right into the far left-hand corner, give me a perception test.
And that's that's a 14.
14. Okay, so you can see the far left-hand corner. You can see torchlight. It seems to be flickering, and there's a table, and there seems to be 3 individuals that are all sat around chairs, and they have playing cards, and they just seem to be just playing a game at this moment in time.
Knowing where the big slidey door was, are they near that?
So no, they're not. The big slidey door is actually on your the complete opposite side. So they are actually sat near this. So yes, technically they're sat near the sliding door, but they're still far enough away from it.
Okay. Okay, then panning my vision around. So the layout of the warehouse.
So it's a very sort of oblong sort of warehouse.
Okay, and were the shelves just around the...
So you've got 3 shelves that are in the middle of the room,
oh, okay.
or 3 units, and then the other 2 units are on either end of the room.
Right.
So altogether you've got like 5 units.
5 units, but they're all up the central portion of the room. Okay. I'm wondering what I should do. I'm going to try and make my way over to the slidey door.
Okay, so is this the front door, the main front slidey door, or the one that you previously...
The one on the side.
Okay, so this is it's about 20 feet away from you.
Okay, so can I make it there?
Of course
fairly
you can.
undetected?
Yeah,
is it locked from the inside?
So when you get to it, you see a padlock around that's holding that slidey door too.
Okay, and there's no key in it.
It doesn't appear to be any key.
Okay. Then I shall get my thieves' tools out
Okay.
and try to pick the lock. I need to find that part of my character sheet. Where is it? So thieves' tools is my proficiency plus my dex, right?
That's right, yes.
Cool. And I will try to unlock it. 14 plus 2 is 16 plus... did I say 16?
Yeah.
So that's 21.
Nice. Okay, so you fiddle around with your thieves' tool. You slot it through the lock mechanism, and you can you hear a little bit of grinding, and then you hear a click as the lock just opens up. You make it look like easy work. This is something you've done on a regular basis.
Okay, yeah, it is. In that case, what I'm going to do is very quietly slide the door open enough for me to get through.
Okay. So you begin to slide the door open very gently. You hear a slight little creak, but other than that, you manage to get it open fine.
Okay.
A little bit of light begins to come in, but as you're only opening it gently, there isn't a sudden sunburst. Though you're in the alleyway, so that sunburst is actually lessened.
Yeah, okay.
Meanwhile, the rest of you guys outside, you see the door begin to slide open.
I just blindly fire arrows into it.
Yeah?
That's why I did it in this voice, so you knew I was kidding.
Thank you. Because I was just about to say, the next thing you see is my head poking out.
Okay,
Nice.
so yeah, you see him waving you in.
Okay, well, I think our young friend Moss has found a way in.
I think he has. I'll quietly make my way over to the door.
Yeah, so
Okay, you begin to make your way over to the door, tiptoeing in a very Scooby-Doo way, I assume. Are you two also following?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't understand why they're all walking this way, but I guess I'll
Mimic.
mimic to the best of my abilities.
Okay, you head through the sliding doors, and Moss Chops is before you.
So those blokes on the table directly in front of us.
No, they are in the far left-hand corner of this warehouse,
So
which is about 300 feet.
Oh, so a fair distance.
Yeah,
away
fair
from
distance
us.
away from you.
Okay.
I'll whisper to Morchop and say, is there anyone else here?
Yeah. 3 blokes at that table, and I heard some voices in the other corner.
I'll look at Fenrir, and I'll look at what Fenrir is wearing. I go, sorry mate, can I ask you to just stay at the door and watch?
No problem, Moss. You seem to know what you're doing here.
And then I kind of make eyes at the ranger, and I look at you and I'll be like,
Yeah, come on in.
Thank you.
Just
I didn't bring anything.
fucking quiet. Really fucking quiet.
What's that?
Sorry, I didn't bring anything with me. I just I might actually leave. Yeah, I'll probably just leave both my map tubes there, just because it's just extra stuff on my back.
Yeah.
I'll just put it in this if anywhere in the corridor.
Okay.
I'll look after it.
Quick, Burton.
look at Zeal, and you're just wearing normal clothes, aren't you?
Pretty much, yeah. It's like scale mail, but it's not really.
How quiet are you?
It depends. I can try to be quiet.
Pretty sure scale mail's loud.
Or plug the other one.
Well, study there, yeah.
And Norm, I'm going to ask you to just stay guard with Fenrir.
Okay.
The dress kind of draws
Yeah,
attention.
got +1 stuff.
I'll just start taking off.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You can stay here with me. We'll make sure no one gets in through the alley. That's our
Okay.
job.
You kind of managed to stop him just as he was about to reveal a nipple.
You notice I have 8. Been a pig this whole time.
Right, so I don't know how many of you have done this before, but if you hear me scream, come in all guns blazing, alright?
Yeah.
What is gun?
That doesn't concern us for now. We're okay.
That's a good point.
Well, you won't know what it is, but there are, so gunpowder is a thing. So pistols,
I'll just go
muskets.
Just means attack, essentially. Use your spells. All that weird stuff you did with your mouth that time.
We're supposed to tell everyone about that.
I give them both a very, very strange look.
Yeah, so you're getting a very strange look.
And they're like,
Yeah, maybe.
this makes so much more sense.
You see it salivate a little. That's down my beard.
Nasty.
A drip of saliva just glistens on that beautiful unkept beard.
So, Moss, what direction are we heading in?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know where this thing's supposed to be. So we're gonna have to check all of the shelves one by one.
So we're going to do it aisle by aisle?
How about I'll start at the other end, you start at this end, we'll meet in the middle.
It's probably in the middle because it's really important. That's what I would put it.
It's actually really logical. Yeah.
That's surprisingly
You
logical.
okay, Norm?
Yeah.
Probably would have been better if we asked for a description of it before we tried to steal it, but...
You said we'd know what it was, though, so...
He said he'd know when we know
so
when
I
we
guess
saw it.
something that stands out among the rest of the stuff.
As we're in this, I'm going to just be as stealthy as I can.
Okay. Okay, so all of you that are going in, can you give me another stealth test, please?
18.
25.
Okay.
Stealthy boy.
The main one I do go on.
Sorry?
Yeah, if I can just do it.
Yeah?
Do it. It's a 12.
Okay, well, as this will, of course, this is a group sort of test, and two got much higher, so this is good. This means you're all fine. So you kind of lose your footing a slight little bit just as you're about to walk through the doorway. You sort of trip over, the slabs.
I trip over like Norm's staff.
Yeah, okay. You trip over Norm's stuff, and then there's just a moment where you just manage to right him quickly. You just move your finger over your lips and shh. And then the three of you slip inside the warehouse.
I'm gonna head towards the other side to where the other guys are searching.
So you're heading where the three gentlemen are.
Yeah.
Okay. So you, the options are you can either keep to the wall, which will take you directly to the from where you are will be the left. Mm-hmm. So you'd be directly to the wall, or you can go through the central rows of the warehouse rails.
Is it worth taking an aisle around
Shelves.
each?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, just take a row each.
Yeah, let's do
Because
that.
we got 3 rows, haven't we? So
Yeah,
And there's 3 of us.
yeah, I think I'll take the middle one.
and I'll take the furthest.
Well, I'll take the first row.
Yeah.
So you'll stick to the wall.
So I guess it would be communicated like in sign language, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Sad.
Chest is this.
yeah.
Okay, so you begin to walk down each of the aisles. I need another stealth test from. So you were against the wall. You were in the middle.
I was in the middle.
Oh, you're in the middle, and you're the far one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need a stealth test from you, Muscles.
Oh, that is 27.
27. Okay, so you're beginning to head down the aisle when you see the flicker and glow of torchlight from one of the patrolling guards. Mm-hmm. And you hear footsteps. Quickly you sort of put yourself against one of the sides and you kind of narrowly dip yourself behind a crate that's just sticking out of one of the shelves on the lower region. And you see this guard just just wanders through, like not necessarily down your aisle, but he wanders past the aisles at the far end.
Yeah.
And you can just see the flickering of torchlight.
Okay.
He's got, he seems to have sort of red regal sort of tufts with a kind of steel metal plate.
Okay.
And he has a kind of very curly flamboyant moustache.
Oh wow, okay.
And very sort of sandy sweatback hair.
He looks like a guard.
Yeah, you can see that in a scabbard by his side there's a sword, and he's holding out this lantern, like just looking left and right. Like.
Okay. Okie dokie. Alright, past that guy. We'll wait for that guy to pass by and then start searching.
Okay. If you can give me just an investigation, I think would be great.
9.
Okay, so you begin to look through the shelves, but you see little wooden boxes that you begin to sort of you're just able to like peer through them.
Yeah.
Some of them have lids that are open already, but other lids are actually sealed shut, and the only way to actually get a proper look would be potentially to snap them, break them, and it's going to make a lot of
I don't want
noise.
to look in any boxes because the guy said not to look inside whatever it was that we were. So I'm just looking for
So you're looking for
something.
So you're looking for something which is going to distinguish this black box.
Yeah, like
Some of
I'm
it's
guessing
out of place
most of it
again,
looks
yeah.
quite mundane and like it should be there. I'm from what he said. I'm looking for something to like when I look at the box, choir of angels.
No, okay. So you're looking down this aisle on the shelves that are now like either side of you, left and right, but nothing seems to be standing out at this moment. I take it you're going to continue to head down the.
Yeah, I'll continue. But and also if there's anything that like when I shake it feels like it might be a little bit jingly jangly. Goldy,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like.
Yep. Okay, so you find that a lot of the crates are holding things like rice, which is a real strange thing for this sort of warehouse, especially as guarded as it seems to be. You find some other crates that have bread, which is another. You find it quite strange that these things are here in these crates as well. But yeah, generally you're still going down the aisle. You haven't found anything just yet.
Can I see the place where the voices were coming from?
Give me a perception test.
It's cocked between a 20 and an 8.
Reroll that
You got
dice.
a 28.
Damn. No, now it's a 5.
No.
10 altogether.
Okay, so from where you are at the moment in the aisle, you kind of peer through some crates and boxes, but you where you think you're about to get a view where the individuals were before, you see another body seems to walk in view, and you realise it's no longer patrolling guards. You just duck down just in time as another lantern just begins to scour the area.
What I might do then, if I can't see, I am going to tuck myself into a dark place and try to hear what they're talking about.
Okay. All right. Give me another perception test.
Better. That is a 17.
17. Okay, so you begin to listen closely, and you hear some of the thugs begin to speak between themselves. You hear a very gruff voice say, "So, what's in that box anyway?" And then you hear another more kind of voice answer back, The one that Master Niff said we're not meant to look in." Yeah, that one." "I don't know. We're not allowed to look into it." "I know that. I mean, what do you think's in it?" "I don't know. Love letters, dirty laundry. I don't care. All I care is getting some coin, heading back to the whorehouse on Dunwich Street and doing it all again the next day. Master Niff, he pays well, and until he doesn't, I'll not stick my nose into his affairs. Now, your turn." "Oh yeah, all right, hit me." And you hear, at this point, you hear a whoosh, and the two gentlemen seem to start to giggle. And then you hear that same gruff voice say, "Oh, you bastards, that's not what I meant!" And this chatter continues for a while. They seem to be locked into some form of card game.
Right, okay. Right, duly noted. I continue my search. And if it's not in this row, I will go and help the person in the next row.
Okay, so you slowly continue. Meanwhile, as you're keeping to the far left side, I think it was. Is that correct, Zio?
Yeah, the front door.
Okay, so if you can give me a stealth test followed by a perception test, that'd be great.
There's a natural 20.
Nice. Okay.
Stealthy boy.
And a perception test is a 20 as well, but not natural.
Okay, nice, very good. Okay, so you are heading down the left-hand side, and again, you notice another sort of torch that begins to shine down one of the corridors, and you quickly manage to just throw yourself against one side of the aisle, just enough in the shadow that when this guard shines his torch down, the torch just narrowly misses what would have revealed you. And then eventually the torchlight dissipates and the guard seems to walk back down another aisle. It's then, as the light sort of fades and you catch sight of where he was heading, that you spot on the far side of where you are now in the aisle, there seems to be a door, which looks to be more of an actual wooden door rather than a part of the, it's not a warehouse entrance, this looks like a door to another room.
So like an office or something.
Possibly an office.
Guessing I can try and sort of signal to the others if they can see me.
Okay, I'll
Kind of like point. Like
both of you can
door.
give me a perception test so you can notice the signaling.
Kind of signaling the door.
12.
13.
Okay, from where you are, you just managed to catch Zeal. It's just like it's just motioning for you to come
And
over.
I'm going, chest? And he's like,
And I do like a thing for a door basically.
I turn around and lost chops. I'm like, I think he's found a squid.
Try not to laugh. I just go.
Yeah, I think because we started walking up these, I suppose the quickest way to go is like to backtrack on ourselves.
Yeah.
So like go back.
That's right.
Come back
You
behind.
come back
So
around.
like go back down those aisles.
Yeah.
And then go that way to that
That's right.
secure room. Okay. Yeah. So I'll just meet Moss Chops at the end and then duck round and catch up.
Okay. So you both needed to head that way, and then you kind of meet each other part way, the two of you. There's a little fright, but you've just managed to keep it inside without screaming at little girls.
Okay.
And then you eventually come face to face with Zio from one of the corners.
Seems to be a separate room up there. Like an office or something. If I was going to put something valuable, I'll probably put it in there rather than out on the racks.
Yeah, make a good point.
Yes.
So if I had to guess, in there probably.
Right.
Plan the same though. Quietly walk up.
Yeah.
Try and open the door. I'm sure you've got that covered. While you're doing so, would you like us to watch over you?
Oh yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Okay.
So that's a good plan.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so
Just before he goes, I'll tap on the shoulder and give him guidance again.
Thank you.
okay.
A bit of luck.
So you begin to head towards the door,
Yeah.
and when you get there, what would you like to do?
I want to check it first for traps.
Go for it.
So,
I was watching Gargo.
Peaceful.
Sick.
I feel very safe with my
Yeah,
friend.
with Norm.
Yeah,
He's just normal.
it is normal.
that is a 16 for investigating for traps.
Okay, So you look over the door and you can't see anything that looks like a trap. You sort of pull one of your daggers and drag it through the sort of hinges of the door itself. There's no cords, no mechanisms, nothing that seems to be trap-like. Same with magical. You notice nothing, no magical etchings, no magical runes.
Okay. And before I attempt to unlock the door, I would like to press my ear against it, just in case there's anyone inside.
Okay.
I want to hear if there's anyone on the other side.
Okay, go for it, perception.
Natural 20 for a total of 25.
Okay, so you listen at the door very carefully, and it seemed deadly silent in there.
Okay. And then I will get to work with my...
You do notice, as it was such a high perception, you do notice that on the door itself, even in this sort of darkened area, you can see that there is a name on the office, which is Mr. Niff.
Mr.
Niff.
Niff. N-I-F.
K-N-I-F-F.
K-N-I-F.
Correct your records.
Yes. Must.
I suspect we might see him again at some point. Meet him in person.
Alright, okay. Very, very good.
Has he played Knifey Kniffy before?
So, I'm going to get to work with my thieves tools.
Okay.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay, nice. So you begin to work your tools into the mechanisms of the door lock itself, and you make short work of it. Soon enough, you put your lockpicks into place and you hear that little click, and the door, you just pull the handle very gently and it begins to open.
Okay. And I just like poke my head around the door. I'm pretty sure there's no one in there.
So you poke your head around the door. Both of you, can you give me a, I would say, perception test again, please, but both with advantage, as you're both keeping track out.
Good, because I got a 1.
27.
Nice.
No, ain't much better. 10.
Okay, so just as you're about to poke your head through the door, you see from your corner, you can see a guard heading back down with a lantern, heading down the aisle towards the actual office.
I put my hand on Nostrop's back gently. And then I do same to Neff, because he's looking the other way.
Yeah.
I'm like, 1, that way. And then, how far away is he?
He's looking to be about, it's about 50 feet away now at this point.
I just make a sign of like, let's go in the room. Like, I reckon we all go in the room, because if he does come in 3 against 1, we've got numbers anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. If you can give me a acrobatics. Yes, acrobatics, please. I guess you're gonna quickly rush into the room.
Oh, and us?
All of you. Yeah.
18.
Nice.
12.
Okay.
Oof, 10.
Okay. So.
Don't forget your guidance, you haven't used.
1d4 was it?
Yep. You can use it straight after.
It is a 1. 2.
Sorry, what did I say first? Say
10.
12.
12. Okay.
It's better than what?
It's better than it was, thank you.
So that's good. That just got you out of a sticky situation.
Good.
So one by one, you quickly rush into the room, and you manage to just close the door just enough that it doesn't make a sound.
Is it a sealed room?
So when you start scanning around the room as you enter, you can see that it's a sealed room. It has 4 walls.
No windows.
No windows. It's very dark in here at the moment. So if those of you that don't have dark vision,
I have dark vision for everybody. Everyone gets 300 feet of dark vision around me.
Okay, so
300.
there
Wow.
we go. So
300.
I see everything.
Jesus.
you can see, you can see.
So if you haven't got it, you can
Do that.
So as you go into the room, you just duck again just beneath, because you're even though there's no window into the office itself, it's just an actual very
defense mechanism.
traditional wooden door. You can still see the torchlight beneath the door as you feel these feet heading closer and clanking on the stone. And there's a stop for a moment, and you kind of hold and catch your breath and just hold it. And then you hear as the feet begin to just dissipate off into the distance.
Okay.
I'm going to put myself the way the door opens, I'm going to put myself as if the door would open next to me. So if something does come in,
So you'd be on the other side.
I'd be obscured by the door.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm just going to stand there.
Okay. Okay, so scanning around the room, you see that this is definitely a very sort of makeshift small office. There's various papers that seem to be scattered about a mahogany desk, and there's a candle wick that's been burnt down to say half of its life. The wax is all solidified, and he's just on a little metal plate. There's an old ornate chair that's tucked beneath the desk, and you kind of get the impression that this is probably the overseer's office of the warehouse.
Okay. Is there anything like chesty inside?
Yeah, chest-like.
He's gonna get to work.
Yeah. Is there
Looking around.
Yeah. Is there anything like obviously like situated? So like something under a blanket or something that looks like it's purposely obscured?
Give me a perception test.
Yes, we all do this.
20 unnatural.
Okay, nice. Okay, so scanning around the room, you see that there seems to be a picture, like a portrait, on one of the far sides of the wall, from where you are now, completely opposite you. Which is just a little way from the desk. It seems to be a depiction of a young elf child and a older, which you can assume must be the father, long white straggly hair, looking very disgruntled, sort of like that traditional photograph of the Quakers, you know. And but it looks like it's been recently moved out of place slightly. You can see that it's just at a slight angle, and there seems to be, with such a high roll, your eyes can make out like the lines of dust where the picture normally would be in place.
Where it's normally set comparatively to where it is now.
Yeah.
Okay. I look Moss. I'm like, just point at the picture and I give him because I don't want to say anything because you know we're in a box. So I don't want to be.
I scamper over and have a good old investigate.
Okay, yeah.
Make sure there's
a roll.
no trapness. I'm pretty sure it's just +1 on this. I will remember. Yeah, it is. 10.
10. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so as you wander over, it seems okay. You can't make out any traps. You can just see the picture frame of the wall, stone slabs as the flooring, and then the desk to your immediate right.
Okay. Can I see the nail that it's hanging from, or is that behind the picture?
Yes, so that's behind the picture.
That's behind it, okay. Right, I'm just going to look at you. And I'm going to look at you. I'm just going to go and start slowly.
Okay, so you're going to step towards the picture frame.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you step towards where the picture frame, you feel your foot touch a panel, which is like a pressure pad on the floor, and the stone sinks in. And I need. So we're in a room. It's only about 40 foot, and you're at the far doorway. Where are you at this moment?
Probably just in the middle of the room. Well, near where the where watch office is basically.
Okay, so
between the two of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need both of you to make a dexterity.
Me,
acrobatics.
dexterity?
You're okay. You're far enough away of this
Dexterity saving throw.
Yes, please.
This is a good
This is
start.
11, that's not good.
I come out and go, well, I've got the chest, but they're all dead.
26.
Okay, so as your foot touches the pressure pad, you hear and this poison cloud envelops 20 foot of the room, so it's just out of your out of your bounds, and you just see this poison, green smoke, and
Can I move him?
move him.
If I've noticed quick enough, can I dive towards him and get him out of the way as well?
I would say that you can, but you'll have to make, I would say, an athletics test for me, and if you do so, you'll both take half damage.
Okay.
Because you will technically be throwing yourself through the cloud as it gusts up.
Oh, well, I'd be going through it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really want to do that, do I?
It's entirely up to you.
No, that doesn't make any sense. If I thought it was like happening in front of me, and he was.
So
I think it was just before.
So you said he was just near you, and this cloud, as it sort of sets off, it just spirals out. So because you're against a wall,
Right,
it's going to come behind you. So you either will have enough time to step away from the cloud and just get enough of the footage that you need to not be affected by the poison, but it will mean that Zeal is going to be affected by this poison cloud, or you will have enough time to push him out of the way, but you will both still be within the cloud, not directly in it, hence the half damage.
Fuck it, Mossy's really, really nice. He's gonna try and get you.
Okay, go for an athletics test.
That's not bad. I believe that's a 15. I will just check. It's a 15.
15. Okay, so you as soon as your foot touches that pressure pad, you hear. You just react immediately and just push Zeal out of the way. Both of you will take You will take 6 points of poison damage.
6 points of poison.
As you just feel this poison just shoot down your lungs, and you began to cough and sputter.
Sorry, 6 points.
Yes, 6 points.
Why isn't this going back in there?
At this point, you hear feet beginning to move towards the room.
Would Fenrir and totally normal men, would we have heard any of this? Like, could we possibly pick up on
make
any?
a perception test, both of you.
9. 8.
9.
Okay, yeah, no. Okay, so from where you are and where they are, you hear absolutely nothing.
Great.
I mean, to be fair, it was going to be a hard test.
Yeah.
If you were going to hear anything, you guys would have needed to hit a 20 at least.
Yeah, fair.
From the distance that you are, because they're pretty much the
Like
opposite side of the warehouse. Of this
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I hear them come in.
And then at that point, you hear the door go and open. As you see one guard just literally steps into the room, but you see the door just it narrowly pushes against your face, and you two that are coughing and spluttering look up just in time to see this guard.
How far is he from the gas?
He's literally just entered the room, so he's about kind of a distance that you were at this moment in time.
Okay, so
And he has his torch, and you go, what the hell's going on? And he shines the torch.
Yeah. How close is he to the? Yeah, I'm just
like literally. So where the door, he's come into the doorway itself,
So
and he's just opened the door there with his torch. So the door is kind of.
So he's beside.
Yeah,
between
literally.
the doors
yeah.
between us both.
Yes.
I'm going to try to make an attack of surprise and try and just knock it out.
With the door, like slam
Yeah,
it.
just-
Okay, go for it.
So
I really hope this works.
luckily it hasn't attacked.
Not that Fenrir knows anything.
So what is it? Flat strength.
Yeah, go for it.
16.
16. Okay. So as you slam it back,
He dies.
I got a natural 20, sorry man.
Oh,
so
Jesus
as you slam it back, he just brings his arm up in time and goes, what the? And just manages to catch the door. He goes, what the hell's going on? And then he sort of spins round and he's just about to try and call out down below. At this point, we will go to initiative, please.
Moshos, I touched you with something else earlier as well. You have no advantage on your initiative.
Oh, awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Constant blessing that when it's snuckly given onto you at the same time.
Natural 20.
You didn't even need
so
it.
it's not going to get any higher than that. But thank you. So that's 25.
14 for me.
Thank you kindly, sir.
19.
Therefore, I sneaky bit up
19.
his words.
Nice.
Battle mode.
This music sounds peaceful.
The entire city shuts up so that you can hear the band play.
Okay, so
It's like a skull.
Lost Chop to top of the round as you're sputtering through the gas. You see this guy just turn around, just about to try and call out. What that's doing?
I would like to. How far away is he from me?
He is about 30 foot.
He's about 30 foot. Okay, so that's my movement. So I would like to. If he's got his back to me, then I would love to rush up behind him, jump, and try and
Stabby.
beat him. I don't want to kill him. I don't want to get the hilt of my dagger and like smack it in the base of his skull.
Okay, so a sort of bludgeoning attack on the base of his skull.
Break his nose.
Okay, do you want to roll for attack?
So that's an 11.
Okay, so you run up, but as you're coughing and sputtering still, you sort of jump up and try and hit him with the butt of your dagger, but he just kind of narrowly just steps out. You just miss and swipe just a little bit wide.
Okay. In that case, I would like to. That's it. That's all I can do.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're on to Ranger Dave.
Range of danger, baby.
Ranger Danger.
So he hasn't attacked me yet. So do I get this now, or is that later on? I don't know. I think it's 5, isn't it? It's not now. I think it's 5. But I can't remember.
What?
Yeah, my advantage on any creature that hasn't attacked. Or is that straight off the bat? I can't remember.
I don't.
I'll just look it up quickly. Because I get advantage on a creature that hasn't attacked
Hasn't attacked
me.
you.
So
Yeah,
is this
I think that's right.
Is this the
Yeah,
class that says in Tasha's? Is that correct?
No.
Primal awareness.
Is this the one that's in Tasha's?
Yeah.
Is it the replaced?
That's the
Yeah.
revised ranger stuff.
Voyage ranger stuff. Good for primal awareness. Okay.
Ranger Danger. So what are you looking for?
It's advantage on a creature that hasn't attacked you.
Not favoured foe.
Right. Right. I think it comes later. It's in primeval awareness, I think.
Oh, yeah, I think that's later on.
Yeah, primal awareness, 3rd level.
3rd level.
Yeah.
So yeah.
One away.
I'm 1 away. Can't do it yet. Just the 1 dice.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be fine.
What are you doing? You just trying to?
I'm just trying to knock him out. Continue the way we were going.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you just use your butt of your weapon or your
Yeah.
fist.
I've got a dagger, so I'm gonna try and pommel it again.
Okay, go for it.
I might go for a throat punch if he's trying to scream.
Oh.
Like a ninja. Ooh, that might not be great. 14.
That is a hit.
Sick. Right then, so it would be improvised weapon, wouldn't it?
No, it's a dagger.
Still a dagger, it's just
You're
using
proficient with this.
efficiency.
Still, you're
Sick.
Just a bludgeoning.
Yeah, you're just doing.
You're just trying to whittle him down, knock him out.
Yeah, you're just doing
Yeah.
a
Killing blow.
non-lethal.
You're just saying non-lethal, so it's the same
Yeah.
amount of attack.
Yeah,
that's fine.
right then.
You're just pulling your blow at the last second.
9.
9. Oh, okay, nice. So you basically whack him. And are you going for the throat or are you going for the head?
I'm going for the throat.
Going for the throat, okay. Okay, so you whack him right into the throat. And he literally like sputters at this moment, like oh! And you see him clutch hold of his throat as he's like he can't get out the warning that he was intending for the rest of the
Shut the fuck up.
he kind of steps back a little bit as he still holds onto his throat, like just trying to say like scream out, but he can't. He's like, and he sort of looks back into the room with like terror in his eyes at that moment as he realizes what is happening.
I'm about to die in this place.
Okay, anything else you have to do?
Yeah, I'm going to try and... Is he past the door now?
So he is in the actual doorway.
He is in the doorway.
Yeah, because he managed to block the blow with his hand while he's trying to slam it into him, and then he turned on his heel and began to walk out of the door when you had the
Well, I've done my single attack, so all I'm going to do is just keep my stance next to him, just in case I need to grab him or something, like push him to the ground.
Okay, so Zeal, over to you.
I can do the same and hit him, or I can try and put him to sleep.
That would work.
But then it's going to be using a spell slot, which is... There ain't a lot of them.
Yeah.
If I was going to do sleep, I'd rather knock all of them out at the same time.
Yeah,
but
good point.
Needs must, I suppose, if we want to be quiet. Let's put the fucker to sleep.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll 5d8, which I think it's going to be way above his points anyway, so he's going to be going to sleep no matter what.
How do you know? He might have a lot of
let's give it the strong
Did you remember to do a throat punch worth of hit points?
I did actually.
I don't even have 5d8, so that's going to be interesting. Oh, there's a d8, no. So that's a d10.
There's a d10.
That's the one I want. Where's the other one? There it is. Try again. That's a 7 and a 2. Maybe 5 more.
Amazing. 2 people at
5 and 1.
The most useless spells of all time.
24.
Okay.
It's like Neil punching the fish on the boat. It's cool if we don't do it. Go to sleep.
I'm about to cast sleep on it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit him repeatedly. It's very simple until he stops.
It's the Hulk, and it's what the Hulk buster does to the Hulk.
Yeah.
It's once he busts it.
Watching this guy get his head kicked.
So from the corner of the room, after you've just throat punched the guard, and he looks back around in terror, Seal just brings his hand up very quickly and just swipes it across in the direction of the guard, and immediately you see his eyes roll back and he just begins to lurch forward.
I'd like to slow his fall because he's wearing plate.
Yeah, he's got a plate on him.
I'd like to try and slow his fall.
Okay, give me a athletics test.
What test?
Athletics?
Yep.
Can I throw myself under him?
Yeah, sure.
An 11.
Okay, I'd say that you just managed to get an arm around the guard just as he's about to fall and just hold him up from falling.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna,
Just to be safe.
in preparation, just to be safe, I'm gonna
just
shut
give
myself.
me a acrobatics test.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, sure.
A yeet test.
A yeet test. Self-yeeting.
Slide through his legs.
16 plus 7, I'm not good at maths.
16 plus 7, 20, 22, 23, 22, I think. Yeah,
Somewhere in the 20s.
somewhere in there. So you successfully throw yourself on the floor, ready for the guard to fall on you, and then you kind of look around and go, expecting to feel a large flop of body on you, but then there's nothing, and then you see Ranger Danger holding the guard up with one arm.
Excellent. In that case, I just grab the door and close it very slowly.
I take it you're going to pull the guard back.
Yeah, I was going to say I've got both hands on the chest plate. I'm just going to try and pull him round the corner and just like place him on the ground.
Sort of like keep him around the corner and be like Home Alone when the other guards go past like
Weekend at Bernie's. Sit with the desk and put the torch on and be like,
Everything's great here, guys. Don't worry about it.
it's fine, go back to Jimmy's. You know me, Niffy.
You're all boss.
Everything's fine here.
Yeah. So, can I check over him and then very loosely, just as he's on his front, I'll just tie his arms.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so you check over him and you find about 22 copper in a little pouch.
Might want to gag him as well because he's not going to be out for very long.
Yoink.
And then taking
Drinks on the
a
road,
little
yeah?
bit of, I take it you can use a little bit of rope. Do you have rope in there?
Yeah, I have hemp rope.
Okay, so
I've got rope
perfect.
as well.
So you tie
plenty of
his arms and then
rope for days.
how are you going to gag him?
Well,
No, let's not go there.
With his own clothing.
Ranger. Yeah. I was going to say he's wearing a cape, isn't he?
Yes, he does.
With his own cape.
Yeah, I'll literally just like
Terrible.
take it round the front and just be like.
You'll take it around the front.
And I'll just
Interesting.
I'll wrap around the cape round here, put it between his mouth, and then tie a knot behind his head.
Okay.
Do it slightly over his eyes.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so
I've done it before.
so you tie it around and you just manage to stop his mouth from even being able to scream out if he did wake up.
Poor guy. He had a rough 5 minutes, didn't he?
He went to sleep. He's fine.
Have to get punched in the throat.
He's on a terrible dream for him.
The door's
gonna wake up
haunted, and then he's
tomorrow,
just got a shaky.
Worst sleep ever.
Well, maybe the best.
Maybe.
Wakes up so
Sore
refreshed.
Everything slowly becomes eerily quiet again, and the last of the cloud of poison begins to drift just to the corners of the room.
Is that torch still lit that he had in his hand?
Yes, as it was a lantern. So as he.
Can I just stub it out? Because we've got dark vision.
Yeah, of course you can stub it out. So
I'll just
You open the lantern, the side of the lantern, and
just straight to
Fire damage.
straight to the guy. I'll just put it out, and then just carry on because the door's shut. We got dark vision, haven't we? So we can see this very illuminated. As we're all stood together, I'm going to be like, well, he's asleep. And he's just like, potentially forever. What happened? Because 1 minute you two were, next minute.
Yeah. My bad. I was looking at the picture for a trap and I didn't see the trap that was on the floor.
Okay.
So I won't do that.
This is more your thing than mine. Is that a one-shot thing? Or if you stand on it again, and you two are going to be like...
I'm just not going to risk it. I'm not going to step on that anymore.
Okay.
I'm going to make my way around it instead.
Yeah, now we know where it is.
Yeah.
We'll avoid it.
I'll leave you two to it. I'm going to stand by the door.
Sounds like a plan.
So I take my position again.
Okay, so you get behind the door.
Standing on top of this semi.
So this is going to turn out to be one of those like GTA 5 modes. He's gargling. Hey!
I've got 2 more spell slots. We can just keep doing sleep. Just call him in. Hey, can you help me over here?
Like old school Metal Gear Solid.
All just hiding in boxes.
It's just a box.
Okay, so you're going to head back over to the picture.
Yes, but
and this time tiptoe around with its pressure padlocks and begin to lift the picture. Okay, so as you lift that picture off the wall, behind there you see a very sturdy looking safe that's been embedded into the wall.
Alrighty. So I am going to, I'm going to...
Is it a combination safe or is it a
so
box
it's
safe?
a little twisty combination. So.
Okay. So, do I think I can crack this?
Give me a investigation.
No, that's only a +1.
don't suppose the guard had anything in. I'm like, the combination for the safe room. Because you couldn't remember the number.
No, that's a 4 total. So I have no idea.
Did you find it?
So you don't necessarily, off the top of your head, you're looking at the mechanism and you're thinking, you're not sure if you know how to do this.
I'm not sure if it's something I can use my Thieves tools on or whether I just have to get lucky with the combo. So I'm just going to put my ear to it.
Okay.
And start trying to...
Twisting? Okay.
Yeah. I'm guessing this would be more of a perception check then.
So yeah, I would say if you can give me a perception and I would say also give me a sleight of hand as well. Even though it's not stealing as much, it's going to be also because it's using your hands as you're twisting.
Yeah. So I'd be able to like feel.
Yeah. So you would know that binding point.
So perception is 22.
Oh, nice.
And sleight of hand is that's good, 11.
Okay, so you begin to twist, and after a while you hear the first click, and then you quickly twist the dial, and you can see that it's like the dial itself is 3 spirals, so each one is going to interlock into another number.
Okay.
You seem to have got the first one, and then another perception test, followed by another sleight of hand.
Another sleight of hand. Sorry,
Give him
you want
guidance
both?
again.
Yes, please.
Why is that? You can have another guidance.
Oh, thank you very much.
My God, please help us with
so-
this.
Please help me break into this.
Pink and swirly
Pilfer
is my sleight of
items that
hand.
don't belong to me.
We need to get on all
And
the
dice
threads in the
perception.
sky.
So perception is
All the creatures.
16, and the sleight of hand is 12. But you said
You can have a guidance. Because there's a cantrip like this.
15.
Okay, so you begin to twist again, and on the second dial you hear it. Twist it just in time and lock it into position, and then you move on to the third dial. So
Have
once
another
again-
guidance.
Nailing it.
Thank you. Just keep giving out the difference, cantrip.
Guidance for you, guidance for you.
So I'm gonna put guidance on the perception. Cool. So that's 7 plus 4 is 11. Thank you. Plus 5, 16 on that, and sleight of hand 18, 27.
Okay, so you can twist on the last dial, and then you hear that last click, and as you lock it into place, you hear the safe go. Just as you can begin to pull the metal safe open.
Okay.
As you pull it open, you see in this safe a ornate-looking black chest that seems to have 2 iron hands that almost seem to clasp the chest shut.
I am going to turn around before I take it out and go.
I look at you both and I go,
For our podcast viewers, they are making a sign of a chest.
And then I will reach in and very, very gently take it out.
Okay, so what's your alignment?
My alignment is chaotic good.
Oh, okay. I need you to make a charisma test for me, please.
Charisma.
Oh,
Charisma
this thing's gonna
save.
be fucking-
Sorry, a charisma save.
It's the fucking Ark of the Covenant, isn't it?
mind melting, which is there like, wow.
It's the chest of crime!
Natural 1 for a total of 4.
Oh my.
Okay, so as you take the chest out and you hold onto this chest, you hear like a sinister voice begins to circle in your mind, and you just hear this repeated, like, "Open me." And this strange, horrible, dark energy begins to course through your body and just makes you feel very, very queasy.
Okay. Well, I turn around.
I see he's gonna be sick.
Someone take it off me.
You put a little plastic cup, you're going to spew.
No, I try to get over to him fairly quickly, and then I
I'll take it off him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to try and get over there, but he's still right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Zeal's right there. I'm just going to be like,
Yeah, I'll take it off him.
And what's your alignment?
Neutral good.
Neutral good. Okay. Yep. Okay, so you managed to hold on to this chest and you seem
Doesn't
okay.
hurt.
Yeah, you seem okay.
Okay. I was like, I said,
Can I do
what happened when you picked it up?
the medicine when I get over to
Can you do it, sorry?
the medicine?
Can you do a medicine?
If I come on.
Can I do a medicine?
Can I do the medicine? Yeah, could I do it because he's trying to be sick?
Yeah. So you can go and begin to try and
See,
soothe him, and you pat him down, and you know you begin to.
to answer Zeal then, I'm just going to go, there's something fucking evil in there. Oh, I don't want anything to do with it.
Oh, okay, good. Yes. I think it might be. Best not touch it other than me. Doesn't seem to affect you for some reason.
Yeah, just
I better keep hold of this for a
keep
minute.
it away. Oh, God, I almost shot myself. oh, fuck.
So you begin to pat Moss Chops down and just begin to soothe his tummy like a mother would do. With a child.
Just very low down.
Yeah. Not too low though.
No, I mean. Right, next week, family counselling for Chris.
There would be an episode 3 after that.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we have had to stop.
How big is this chest out of question? Is it like a small?
So the chest itself, it's it's
So
small
fit in a
enough,
backpack if you need it.
Yeah, you could put it in a backpack. if you
Is it like A, B, double D?
What size chest, yeah.
So funny.
double D.
I don't know.
So is it a metal chest?
It's wooden, apart from the clasps that are all metal.
Okay.
But the wood itself is like a black, charred wood.
Okay, like an ebony almost.
As I compose myself, I'm going to look back into the safe. Is anything else in there?
Okay, so scanning through the safe, you actually find 2 gold, 80 silver, and 100 copper.
80 silver.
Drinks on Moss Chops.
And how many copper?
100 copper.
Okay, that looks like a Q. I need it to be a G, please. Thank you.
And then just at the back of those coins as well, you find it looks like a very small, tiny chest.
A very small, tiny
Yes,
chest.
exactly, like say that big.
That
Like from
take it
Moss
to
Chops.
Yeah, okay.
a moss chop sized chest. Exactly.
Well, let's just say before you take this chest, I go, hang on, what happened with the last one? Let me touch it first. I was going to touch it just in case it's like something evil about this chest as well.
Okay, you take the little chest and you're just overcome with cuteness at how small it is. The chest itself seems fine. You don't seem to feel any effect.
I think it's alright.
Thank you.
And now I'm Roy Chris. No, I'm kidding. It didn't affect him, did it? So technically, it was okay him checking the chest, but that would have done absolutely nothing. So yeah, you take the little small chest. It's
And a
seems fine.
small
Small.
chest. I'm just going to put that in my pack. I'm not going to check it over now or anything.
I'm going to rip a bit of Mayboy's cloak and wrap the chest in it and stick it in my backpack for now. I'm thinking I don't want anyone else touching this for the time being. So I don't know what the hell it is.
Could I have a quick scan over the desk, see if I recognise, because there's the Master Nif written on the door.
Yeah.
On the desk, you said there was like scattered paperwork.
Yeah, various scattered papers.
Is there anything that like outwardly sticks out as like letterheading, seal of an agency or stuff like that? Or
Okay,
organisation?
make a perception test.
Just take the paper.
Or investigation.
It might become useful.
Turns out I can't read.
Well, it is dark. I don't know.
It's
Read
very, very dark.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know if you actually can read
You
it.
shift through the papers, but
It's not
you what did you get? 1?
I got a snide.
Yeah, you see it say Shakespeare.
Okay, so you begin to shift through the papers and you see it seems like books, numbers, figures.
Almost like it's a ledger then.
Yeah, like a ledger, an inventory almost of potentially what could be in the warehouse.
Ye gods.
I'll just go because might be worth taking them just in case.
Yeah, is there, so how many ledgers are there? Just the one?
Just the one ledger, but it's full of various papers.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, yeah, I'll just
We can give it to the other
just
bloke
put the
who wants
ledger in
this.
the back anyway.
Okay.
Do you want this on the side?
Because the thing is, it might be worth having it just in case we find.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, okay.
Because it was dark in the room and Matey came in with a lantern. Did he see what the three of us looked like or no?
You could ask him.
What if I ask him? He's going to see me.
You know, from where you are, you have no idea whether or not he saw you.
Okay.
You know that there was a moment of where he shone his torch into the room. He could have taken in your faces, but you're not entirely sure.
I had my hood up, and I'm not going to be here very
I have a hat down on that, so there's no
I was going to say, I'm about the only one that probably would have been seen. Okay, well, yeah, well.
It was that fast, I bet you would have seen
I was going to say, I think we're just going to roll with the dice anyway. I tried hitting him with the door. I don't think he was thinking of me very much. Okay, yeah. Move on then. I reckon we'll just try and wiggle our way back out.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll speak to the
Yeah, time to leave.
Yeah.
You got to do this.
Speak to the light. Yes.
Okay. If you want to, or give me another stealth test if you're going to try and head back out.
Okay, why don't you both have guidance on that?
Thank you.
Just in case. 13.
15.
14.
You got 4 and a 4. Oh, it's like having hell of doors again. 16, 20, unnatural.
Okay, so all three of you keep to the shadows. You're kind of getting used to this now. And you slowly edge back. You narrowly miss a few other torchlights from the other patrolling guard in the area, and you can hear the same idle chatter and continued card antics from the far corner. But eventually you creep back through the shadows.
Can we see them coming back?
You can see them coming back down towards the entrance, the sort of entrance of the little slide.
Fenrir puts his arm around Norman, gives him I knew the boys could do it.
Firing a massive
Yeah, you see your massive arms just curl around your neck.
You said you should be quiet.
While we pass through the door, the lock's on the back of it, isn't it?
Yes.
Could I take the lock off as we come
Lock
through
on
the
the
door?
outside, yeah.
I'll lock the outside when we
Okay,
shut
so
it.
the outside of yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's a good idea.
No, it's not the idea. I was wondering if you were going to be like, roll sleight of hand. Turns out you fumbled it, you're all dead.
no, go for it.
Yeah,
I would say at this moment, you're able to take the lock off and slowly slide the actual chain from the actual door.
And then we'll pass it out through it, and then I come through, and then I think everyone understands the principle. We'll just literally shut it, put the chain back the opposite way.
And now we burn them all inside.
Yeah. And now I take your flask of oil, lock it through the window, and they've never seen my face.
And they never will.
Oh,
This will be his final
how
scene.
sinister.
No, come on, I'll chain the other door first.
Oh, that's nice, yeah. Don't want to allow them to escape.
Shoot with a crossbow.
Okay, so you're all on the other side now and you slip the door back. Locked the chain back into place so the door can't be opened from the side, the entrance, the way that you went into the warehouse. And that sort of welcoming smell of stale piss and fish from the warehouse next door.
Tasty.
And Norm. And that was just coming from Norm.
And eggs. I smell like eggs.
Lots of eggs.
Right. I'm assuming we get out of the alley then.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, I'd go right the alley.
Well, that went surprisingly well after
It
the little
did.
hiccup earlier.
But I reckon that us three need to lay low and not really show our faces in public until it's time to leave.
Did someone see you?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Potentially, but he's
It was dark. It went on sense.
asleep right now.
No.
Asleep.
We didn't off him.
Okay.
No.
I mean, there's.
Because
You've got to give us that benefit.
that's
We can
collateral damage
see his
we can do
throat.
with that.
What do they mean by off?
Yes, I think a hat might be.
Make him not existing.
Yeah, maybe.
And
But
did
he's
you,
alright. He's just asleep.
did you get the chest?
And I'll go like, point to my backpack. For now,
You had it the whole time?
we ain't going to touch it just in case. Because old More Chops had a bit of a allergic reaction to it, shall we say.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
did unsettle him slightly.
I don't want to go anywhere near that.
No, there was talk of defecation.
Spontaneous.
I think we'll keep
That's
it wrapped up
worse
for the time
kind.
being. Until we find this other fella or he finds us.
I know it's just an object, right? Like it's a chest, it's an object, and it's made him sick. I do a quick arcana to see if I know anything about
Yeah, of course.
Sicky chest.
sicky chest.
Sicky chest, I know that.
No,
They make the
I don't know
It's a
anything
box.
about a sicky
that is a
chest.
6.
a very
Okay,
nice box.
so you kind of scan your hands over the box itself and try and you try and feel any sort of energies. You know there's something dark within inside, but you can't tell what that energy is or what that magical property is.
I'll be like, best not touch it.
Fenrir has divine sense. Would that possibly help?
Worth a try.
For-
It would let you see if it's
see if
undead,
it's got
celestial,
bad
or fiend.
vibes. Yeah. I'm just interested.
Could be
I've never
ghost.
used divine sense before.
Could be a ghost. Could be ghosties.
It's got 1,000 ghosts inside.
Casper's inside.
Does
Yeah, no,
it
you can.
sense
Yeah.
whether something's evil or?
Your divine sense.
Yeah.
Remind me again. How does divine sense work?
To see if something's undead. So
Is it automatic or does it?
You just activate it and you see it for like 6 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So if you're gonna activate it, and
Let's do it.
yeah. Okay. So you get a sense that the box is containing something fiendish.
Okay. Yeah, I'd recommend we keep that box
I was going to say,
closed.
not to be.
Well,
Is it really a good idea giving it to this shady fella?
well,
Do you want to keep it forever?
No, but I don't think anyone should be having this box.
I have the principle of if it's not ours, it's not really our problem. So
Or what if we give the box to the man, get the ticket, and then get the box back off of the man?
make the man go to sleep forever.
No, just make him go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, it could just be a very long, very deep temporary sleep.
Then we'll have the ticket and the chest.
And the sketchy box.
Then we can figure out a way to destroy the chest.
I've got reservations about this. That there's a certain amount of honour among thieves. That's a real thing.
But this chest makes you shit yourself. It needs to be destroyed.
Well, something else to.
I'm in the agreement with Moss. It's more his world. If someone asked, like, do I use a HB for drawing? I'd be like, yes, depending on the shading.
But Viatora, what if he uses it to make someone shit themselves?
What if that person deserves to shit themselves?
I mean, it could work on him.
True. I think.
Do we need to warn him that it will make him shit himself?
Well, he wanted it, so I'm guessing he knows what it does.
My gods.
I'd quite like to continue this conversation once I've bought a hat.
Yeah, I'm going to need a new cloak.
Yeah.
New cloak, you say?
Keep your dress on.
Pull out a dagger and just cut off the skirt. Swaddle you in it.
So you're swaddled by this little pink princess.
Nice.
Now we are
Just be
both
good.
beautiful.
I'd quite like to start
I'd agree with that.
heading out the alleyway.
Okay. So you begin to head out the alleyway.
Yeah, because part of me is now slightly concerned that may see me. I've just literally just been like, go to sleep. Yeah, so thinking about getting a hat.
Okay. So you begin to head back onto Anchor Street itself. There's a few more workers than previously. It's a bit later in the day now. I mean, it's around about 12 o'clock noon at this point, and you know that the airship is leaving at 2 o'clock. So you estimate that you have around about 2 hours before you have to.
Well, it should be fine then. We'll find something.
Or should be boarded.
We need to make sure that Mr. Man finds us.
Well, maybe we should pick somewhere to sit quietly nearby the ship.
Would you guys mind if I went off and got a hat?
Well, no, we'll get one on the way.
Splendid.
So you begin to do you head back to?
I'll head back to the main street where we went to that shop.
Yeah.
Because I knew he had garments. Because I don't think we saw anywhere else that had garments, did we?
No, so you're heading back to the knick-knack shop.
Yeah. I had a packet of knick-knacks the other day. Honestly, Dunkerswell, in the village shop, I went in there to pick up something, and they had hot and spicy knick-knacks, and I was just like, I grabbed like 3
I'll take
bags.
them all.
I don't regret calling a shop knick-knacks.
Hot and spicy.
Ribbon saucy.
Oh, ribbon saucy was sick.
That's the one.
Ribbon saucy was good.
But yes, knickknacks.
So you disappear back into the shop to get yourself a hat.
Yeah.
In the meantime, the four of you, what are you doing?
Sit right outside the shop, I guess.
Well, he's not going to know where we are if we go anywhere else.
He said he'd find us.
He did say he'd find us.
He did
I'm
say.
talking about Viatora.
Oh, yeah.
So can I just have to wait outside the fucking shop for him?
Well, yeah, it'll only be a few minutes.
I'm guessing he's got a range of hats.
You do find a nice hat in the shop itself. It's
quite.
What sort of hat are you looking for?
Well, my fancy.
Yeah. Sort of like.
It's gonna come out and go.
Sort of like a green.
That's my thing, hats.
Sort of like a green to match the thing, but I quite like it so it drops off at the back, but it's sort of half dished at the top as well. So it's sort of covering an island. Yeah. Very similar to his, but more outsidey.
Outside. Okay, so you're looking for a fishing hat.
Yes, a fishing hat would be perfect. One of the ones with the netting down the back as well as
that would protect
the shade.
That was lovely.
I'm a cartographer. That literally is just perfect. I'll just grab one of those.
Okay, you do manage to find one. So that will be come to about 2 gold for a hat, sort of like that.
Okay.
2 gold.
2 gold.
It's a nice hat.
What a fancy hat.
That's a nice hat.
But don't lose it.
Okay, so 2 gold done.
Anything else you'd like?
Can I grab a flask and more caltrops because last time I didn't get a flask of water.
Yeah, so the cold child chops were
1 gold, and so was the flask.
Yeah,
That's
so
another 2.
okay, sure. Okay, and then I take. Are you heading out of the shop?
Yeah.
Okay, so you step back out of the shop, and the bell that's connected just to the top of the doorway just rings as you step out, and then right before you, your fourth
is a
guards.
lovely hat.
Thank you.
Good choice.
Very dapper.
Way better than his.
I show the shade covering on the neck, and I'm like, bunk shovel.
And stylish.
And stylish.
It's just straight by her.
I just feel the hat envy coming. Stop! I'm the one who wears hats.
And what would you like to do?
Guess go to
Where you're up to.
the airship is.
I was gonna say.
Find a quiet spot nearby.
What's it like in the streets? Everyone still doing what they did earlier? So there's people like packs
So
and
it's
stuff
still
heading
quite a
towards-
busy street at this time. Yeah, you can see that some people are now beginning to rush towards the skyport. They kind of
seats.
realise the time of the day, and they think, oh,
Maybe we should do
yes,
the
you can hear them whispering, do think, oh, gotta get there, quick, and they begin to all sort of run past you. You've got halflings, dwarves, elves, humans. There's a big variety of races that are now all rushing towards the skyport.
Well, I quite like. I'll just lift my collar up so my neck thing's inside of it. So it's collar, hat, and then I'll just lift a little bit of scarf thing out.
Okay.
And then I'll just go with these guys, just blend in. Sort of.
Not looking suspicious at all.
Yep.
Okay.
Not
It's
at all.
cold.
Yeah, you should learn to look normal like us.
Yes. You are very normal.
I'm going to.
I see that dress has become more alluring.
Tunic.
Is he wearing bottoms?
Yeah,
He does-
I only left my shirt behind.
He's not just walking around in winky.
It's not fucking
Now that he's cut the dress.
It's like he's winning the point.
The technical term is micro penis.
He's just like shirt cocking it. We're all just there. Like, he's shirt cocking it. We're all like, who's that? And I'm like, this guy's wearing a dress.
That's when you realise there's actually nothing down there. It's just plain like.
like a Ken doll.
Yeah. Like, no,
I prefer action.
it's a unit.
Action man.
So you begin to follow the crowd that are heading toward the skyport. After about 10 minutes of travel down the cobbled street, you see like a glinting from one of the darkened corners, and catching the glint and following where it's coming from, you see a shadowy figure just under a canopy from a nearby abode, and the glinting itself is coming from a dagger. Just glints, just catching the sun, and you kind of get the impression that on purpose this has been cast into your faces to get your attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the old watch trick.
Oh.
And you know, like,
Yeah.
The book is
Oh,
out.
the book's out.
It's gonna be good.
Oh.
gonna do
I
some
forgot I had message. I want to see.
blinding.
Like he has no retinas left.
What's the rate? Oh, 120 feet. Very good. How many words? Could have got like something stupid like that.
Isn't it 25? Or is that sending?
There's no like 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of metal, anything.
No
blocking
specifics.
Yeah, I think sending isn't it 25?
Sending's 25, but sending's also over a greater distance,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
they can reply back. I'm pretty sure messages one
Oh yeah,
way.
you send it like miles and miles away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, as long as we're in 120 feet and I can see him and I can point at him, I can just send a message however long I want, and he can send one back.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Okay.
We just have to be able to see each other.
That's very
That's what
useful.
we can do.
That's very useful.
So I'm just gonna raise up my staff a little, do a little bit of a
Shaky shake.
magic stuff, put my finger out while still holding it, and just whisper to him, "Are you the crime guy we're supposed to meet about a magic chest?"
To the point.
There's no fat on that sentence.
Excellent.
You get a message back saying, yes.
Just yes.
It's like blood.
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, it's the crime guy.
Oh, I suspected.
Thanks, Norm.
The crime guy.
Thank you for informing us, Norm.
Yes.
You're an asset.
Yes. No.
Asset.
There's like a kind of woman in a sort of very peasant-like dress walks past and just catches part of the conversation when you say the crime guy, and at that point this woman looks around and just but then realises you're wearing this sort of half princess dress.
She's mad.
And she just sort of looks very scared and begins to walk a lot
This
quicker.
is the face I'm making.
That's a ghastly shade of death.
The crime.
Come along, Norm. We'll get you home. Don't worry.
Yes, I have one of those.
Are you going to head towards the
crime guy.
Yes, so
crime
venture
guy.
towards the crime guy.
Okay, you head under the canopy and you see that same individual with the hooded shroud and the white strands and the very pale grey skin. And
Good, it's the same crime guy.
he sort of, you can see the smile grow from beneath the hood, and then very calmly he opens his mouth and speaks. You were successful.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, we did it without any injury.
No one saw your face.
Well, there was that one guy.
But he's sleeping now. So it was all such a blur. I'd imagine he saw nothing.
See, everyone keeps doing this when they're saying sleeping, but he actually is sleeping. He's not. He ain't.
I appreciate no deaths. It means there is no investigations. Yes, you've done well. And you have the chest, I assume.
Yes, just a small word of warning for a man of your distinction. Seemed to have an awful side effect. One of my colleagues. He touched the chest and almost had his ablutions in the same room.
Both ends.
They're quite close together though.
It's very true.
He is small.
Would it work the same on someone our size, or would it just...
Yeah. I put that down to more his compact nature.
This is as I expected.
A little forewarning next time would have been good.
I was not sure if that was confirmed, but it was expected. He takes a bag out from his a knapsack that's nearby his side, and this bag is a black leather bag, and he opens it up. If you'll put the chest in here, then we can conclude our business.
Yeah, I want my ticket.
He moves his one hand while he's clutching hold of the bag in the other, and he just pulls open his robe slightly, and there you can see a ticket.
Yeah, I'm going to come to a mage hand and just start slowly having it float towards his finger.
He keeps it open for you, just watches the mage hand.
about this.
Just in the bag.
Oh, I know, but... Go on.
I'll take my backpack off and kind of pull it out in the cloth and go, I don't want to know what this is. All I know is it's evil.
And that's best that you don't know more about this.
All I'm saying is, this better not be doing any major damage to anyone. If I were for you, I'll get this and chuck it in the fucking nearest river and never be seen again.
What my
But
employees
it's yours
wish,
now.
what my employees wish for this is beyond me. And as you place it into the bag, he tightens the cords up. And he just seems to put it back into his knapsack. And he allows you to take the ticket.
Magic floating green hand brings me my ticket.
Quest complete!
You've done a good deed this day. Well,
Oh, good. I thought we were doing crime.
Well, here's the crime guy.
He is the crime guy.
you've made an employer of mine very happy, and by doing so, you've also made a friend of me. The Veiled Daggers remembers their friends. Remember that. Good looking, Bast. May your journey be safe.
Pleasure doing business.
Thank you, Mr. Quinn.
Thank you very much.
And as you reach out to shake his hand, there's just an eruption of cloud.
It just
And he's
disappeared.
disappeared.
So was it the Veil of Daggers?
They call it the Veiled Daggers.
The Veiled
The
Daggers.
Veiled Daggers.
I'm just like... I'm not getting very good at this, am I?
That's alright. That chapter's behind us now. Let's get an early seat on this flying thing.
Then that'd be the best.
Yay!
What happens, a little nook?
Yes.
Stays a little.
Have I heard of Veil of Daggers? Is it like quite a big guild or a common guild?
It's a guild.
So,
Is it a guild?
Well, yeah.
I haven't heard. Give me a history check.
History? Oh yeah.
Yeah, history is a thing, yeah.
Femra's not very good at it.
21.
Okay.
I'm a
Masters is history.
bit of a boffy.
I also have the criminal background.
Yes.
So I will probably do a history thingy as well.
I'll say history, and you gain advantage as you go criminal background.
Thank you.
You guys are well historical.
Smart over there. I wish I had their brains.
Oh, 15, I'll take that one, that's 16.
Okay, so you both have heard of the Veiled Daggers before. They are an assassins and thieves guild. They take exquisite contracts from individuals who hire them on a kind of
Per job basis.
per job basis.
Okay.
Crime.
So they are like a mercenary.
One
Yes.
climb at a time.
Yeah. Don't want to overstretch yourself.
No, you don't.
Can't put that many people to sleep. Could you see? Yeah.
So you continue.
Yeah, towards Seaport.
Skyport.
Yeah, Skyport. Yeah, that'd be a mistake.
Yeah, towards the seaport. Wait, what?
That might be walking for a while.
I just keep going. Can't you guys there?
Go into the sea. Invisible.
Following the road for another 15 minutes now down this street, you eventually come to the towering platform of the Crooked Fixtures Skyport. It's a ramshackle platform hoisted together by old wooden timbers with makeshift rope lifts working via a pulley and crank either side. There's various workmen that are working these pulleys and lifting various crates and cargo up high into the skyport. But you're stopped in your tracks by a long queue of people who are all attempting to gain entry onto the airship. It appears that the various travellers have already begun to board the Gypsy Endeavour. You glance up past the skyport, and high above you, nestled between the very clouds, was the hulking behemoth that would take you to the city of Bast. She drifted anchored to the skyport, humming with an almost tranquil grind of gears and energy. What would you like to do?
I'd quite like to just do a perception, just see what's about, see who's queued up, see if there's anything
See
like...
if we got some fast track tickets.
Yeah, yeah. See if there's anything like just out of place, unusual.
Okay, give me a perception test.
23.
So you scan back and forth through all the crowds. You see young families. You see mothers and fathers with their children. Some of these children are old enough in their teens, and they seem to be bidding them farewell on their long trek before parting and walking back down the street. Nothing necessarily seems to appear out of the ordinary. It just seems like families and travellers.
Okay. How long does the queue in front of us? Is there like multiple gangways up into the ship? Or
Yeah, so there's multiple gangways. It's like waiting for a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You know, you have a little sign saying from this point on 30 minutes. And then
changing by now.
yeah, and then you step forward and it says from this point on 1 hour, which just makes no sense.
They're professionals.
Okay.
Fenrir turns around to Norm and says, "Are you excited about flying?" I will take that as a yes.
As we've got so long, I'll just unfurl one of the tubes with the clean parchment in it, and I'll just fold a piece in half, and I'll just start sketching the skyship.
Okay. We're going to make a paper airplane.
Everyone get on! Everyone get on!
I could do this the whole time!
Sounds like this is my secret ability. I'll just start sketching out the ship.
Okay, so you begin to sketch out the ship, and you're waiting in line for almost another 30 minutes.
Why are you doing that? So you got that ledger?
Yes, I do actually. I take it out and I was like, I
just have a quick flick through it and have a bit of a read of it.
Okay, so you make an investigation test.
Oh, lovely, I've got a flat. No bonuses to that.
Zero.
See if we get something good. 13.
13. Okay, so you're skimming through the ledger, and one thing takes an interest, and it just seems to be between some of these various papers of stock and itinerary, there is a letter which has a seal, and the seal itself is of a shattered shield. So imagine a shield that's is split into several shards.
Yeah.
And on that letter it reads, Master Kith, join me in Bast. We have much to discuss. You know where to find me. Signed, Zed.
Zed is for zeal.
I'm just going to go to it again. I reckon this Master Kith might be on the same ship as us. I'll show him that.
Do I recognise the broken shield symbol?
Give me a history.
Like I'm a history buff. I am a history buff still. 23.
23. Okay.
Not a mathematician.
So, where the name of the organisation slips your mind, you do notice the symbol, and you do know that it belongs to a mercenary brigade.
Oh, okay. Because there wasn't anything on the guy that we took out, was there? He was wearing a cape, it was just red, like
Just
a
generic.
scarlet.
Very generic, yeah.
Okay. There was nothing on his chest plate either.
No, just a very ordinary chest.
Just ordinary chest plate. God, it's so shit being a chest plate.
Well, you can fit.
I know, I was holding on to it for a while. I probably could have been like, oh, this is my size. Yoink. God damn it. Okay, yeah, so I don't recognise it. As I'm sketching the skyship, is there anything standing out? Is there anything like...
The skyship.
It's a nice one.
in the sense of, I haven't ever been on one, so do I get an understanding of how it is in the air?
So, looking from the position where you are on the skyport, you can see engine systems that seem to be attached to the beneath of the airship itself, and there's a faint hum of a kind of reddish energy. So from your best bet, you think potentially that this is either conjured by elementalism, or there is a furnace on the actual airship.
Okay, so it's either using heat or it's elementals. Okay.
I lean in close to you without breaking my vision and just say, magic.
Yes, Norm, I'm coming to that conclusion myself.
So you continue waiting in the line, and at times it seems like this line didn't move. But as the very suns begin to offer more unbearable heat that perforates and just encapsulates you with an amazing warmth, you finally saw the edges of a ticket booth in Port Gate. As you approach, a guard in immaculate green studded armour steps forward then. He was bold with a musket rifle strapped to his back. He held his hand out. Tickets please, no boarding without a ticket. And he looks to take tickets from you.
Whip mine up.
Okay. Take the ticket out of the bag.
I take the tube off and mine's rolled in the lid of the tube. I just take mine out and try and straighten it the best I can.
Okay, so takes it off. Alright. He goes, right, so and he begins to rip the ticket stubs before handing you back the sort of ripped ticket. What's your business in Baston? You all go together, are you?
I got to keep it.
I'm
So it gives you a bit of a puzzled look. Is he alright?
As long as he's supervised, yeah, he's harmless.
That's why he's coming with us. You see, I'm a cartographer by trade, and these fine fellows have come to assist me on my journey.
I'm just excited to see new lands I've never seen before. I hear Basque is the most beautiful city. Have you seen it yourself?
That it is. I have seen it before, and it is a wondrous city.
Wonderful. Even more excited than I was.
What about you, little boy?
I want to go flying! And I'll pull out a ragged teddy from my knapsack. And I say, Bobby Sprockets is coming too!
That was delightful.
Bobby Sprockets is coming too. I'm losing my mind.
When did he join the party?
17.
Brilliant. Okay, so he genuinely believes you're a child at this point. And yeah, he's like, oh, isn't that lovely? What about you two?
It goes in the air. How are you not excited by this?
Oh yeah, it's just
Yeah, he's just excited about the whole concept.
Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah.
You could say I'm his caretaker in a way. I'll just kind of put him in trouble. Come along, Norm. We'll get on the airship soon. You can have a nice calm seat and sit down. I get to see all the airship stuff.
He got the skeleton off me and saved my life.
And I did. Come on.
Right, okay, well, you all take care and enjoy yourselves in Bast.
My Uncle Norm was kicked by a horse!
Alright, be safe. And he sort of ushers you all on.
Thank you, mate.
Can I quickly just address him and be like, can I ask what that is that you're carrying?
Oh, this. He takes it off. Well, he doesn't quite take it off the full strap, but he just.
Shoulders.
Oh, this is a musket.
David's testing you now. He uses one in real life.
Prepare for questioning.
You are an asshole.
I guess it's an Indian pattern brand best.
No, because we don't know what Indian is in this world.
Do I know the principle in which it works?
Yes, you've seen enough now, and they have been more commonplace in the world for the last 15 or so years now.
So they have been around a long time.
Yeah, 15 years. It's fairly new invention. It was, from local histories that the musket, and generally all gunpowder, was found as a godlike relic. It was believed to be a gift from the gods.
Okay, and now it's mass-produced.
And now it's been turned into a mass-produced weapon.
Okay. So do I know that they're quite easily available to purchase?
You know that you officially you need a license because these musket rifles and pistols.
Because they can't say one firearm.
That's right, yes. The police come down pretty hard on people with firearms.
Yeah, you need a firearms license for that, but the musket's smoothbore, so it's only a shotgun with a black powder certificate.
That's right. And you'll notice that it's got a kind of a code, a serial number on each of the weapons as well. Yeah, so if you scrub it off, then the police can't catch you.
But they are all proof to the same level, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that they are fairly available to buy them.
Yeah, yeah.
You can get a license
Yes, yeah. Or the other way of gaining one would be to find a black market somewhere.
and buy one.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
steal one off someone who's sleeping.
Yeah.
Or
Is this
sleeping.
guy at the ticket booth sleeping?
I don't believe he's sleeping. I mean, you can make a perception roll to see if he's sleeping or not.
Could I ask him where he got his license from? Because he said he'd spent a lot of time in Bath.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Well, he's a god. Surely they just give him to him.
so did you get the musket in Bath then?
Oh no, I was given it here as part of my detachment.
Okay. If a common person like myself wished to buy such a device, is Bath a common place to purchase one?
You'll be able to find a seller in the market. You'll just need to make sure that you also have enough gold to get your license.
Okay. From the same person, I'm guessing.
You'll need to go to a licensing office and then approach with your license to said seller.
Spin. Thank you very much.
Goes, yeah, that's answered my question on that one. I can have a musket.
Sweet.
So, did I not say at the very beginning of this that he's going to love the fact that we've got a musket?
Oh yeah, it was like you already called it.
Yes. License plus musket equals
So eventually you walk through this post and you move further up to the skyport and you tread up the long galley planks and a series of steps, then planks again, interconnecting this long, ever-rising port before eventually you come face to face with the gypsy endeavour. She looks a lot bigger in person than when you last saw her down at the beginning of the skyport. She's a beautiful crafted airship. Little meticulous patterns of ravens and gypsy dancers and bright vibrant rays of the twin suns adorn the hull, all painstakingly hand-painted and hand-carved in grey wood. The ship's crew, you notice, are all dressed in a loose-fitting series of pants. Blue head wraps seem to signify that they're the crew, and they all have grey cloaks on. Seemingly, they all follow a dress code. There's a little golden emblem that you notice that's fastened to the right breast of the dancing gypsy woman. Of a dancing gypsy woman. Of a dancing gypsy woman, which is the official seal of the crew of the Gypsy Endeavour. As you begin to step onto the main deck, some of the crew begin to direct you toward a set of stairs that lead down into the hull, which you can only imagine must be the passenger quarters. Right this way, just down here. Make yourself comfortable. This is where all passengers must be. Make a perception test. If you, anyone else that's looking around, you're welcome to make a perception test as well.
22.
16.
I missed.
You've got that whole train.
I was like, perception. 17.
Also 17.
16.
Okay. Okay, so first of all, I would say range of danger. So I should really stop calling you by your character name because everyone that's watching the stream will just keep thinking your real name is Range of Danger.
Instead of Viator.
Yeah.
Oh, you're only just now writing.
No, I actually wrote it down before and I lost it and I just thought Range of Danger, I like that name.
Yeah,
I like that better.
Your character is now called Ranger Danger.
Yeah.
You have to change it.
DM takes control and decides what to really call.
Names you for your
Change
license.
your name by default, forcefully.
As you're scanning around, Viatora, your eyes settle on a very large man that seems to be scanning out across the deck with a very stern look in his face. He's a huge Goliath, and he's wearing an exquisite black suit and has a very tall top hat. And he's always spinning at this moment a pocket watch that he's just spinning idly from loop to loop to loop. And you get the impression that this must be the captain of the ship.
Okay. But he's a Goliath, so half human, half giant. So he is like.
He's a huge man.
Like 7.5 foot tall.
Yeah.
Big old boy.
He is a big guy.
Big horse, many hands.
That's like another foot.
Easily another foot, you reckon?
Big. Looks like a grenadier. Okay. Is the crew sort of shuffling around him, or are they doing their own work and he's just casting an eye over them?
So he's just literally casting an eye and just appears to be glancing out into the far distance, almost seemingly lost in thought. He catches you just get that feeling that someone's watching you. He seems to have that, and he just casts a casual glance down towards you, and then for the slightest moment, one corner of his mouth just lurches up, and then he looks straight back out again towards the skies. Fenrir.
That's one big dude.
As you're scanning about, you see looking from the would have been from your right hand side, far up onto the upper deck. You see what you can only imagine would be a helmsperson with a tuft of strandy hair, wearing a similar outfit with the grey cloak, and it seems to be a half-orc just leaning onto the actual wheel of the ship. Even though he's leaning and he's a half-orc and looks a bit gruff, he's got a big smile on his face, and he just seems to be casting this glance at each of you as you begin to slip onto the ship. Moss. You see two or three individuals, human in their attire, and they're each beginning to pull at the rigging of the sails and beginning to loosen and just allow the sails to unfurl. And you see this fantastical white canvas sail just spill out to the whole width of the ship. And Zeal, you casting about, you see, just walking up towards the captain at this point, you see a very pale woman with she has a kind of a scar that runs down from one cheek to the length of one cheek. But she has a bit of a haunch to her, though she has very sultry curves that appear to give way to something more sinister, potentially hidden beneath this red sash that's tied tight and mixed in with old leathers.
I get the creepy one.
You see that you see as well that as she puts one hand onto the captain's shoulder, he looks over and just nods his head over to her. And on her hand you can see slightly clawed-like fingers.
I was going to tip my hat to her like...
She just raises one hand and waves back to you casually.
She raises her talons.
The chickens have large talons.
I'm just going to have a little ask one of the crew again. Just out of curiosity, how long is the flight to Best going to roughly take?
Oh, the flight, and this is a dark-skinned man with a bandana wrapped around his head. Oh, the flight, you're probably looking at about 2 days to get there, I'd say.
Good to know. Well, pleasure to be staying here with you.
Yeah, and you glad to have you aboard now. Come on, down. We've got to set off soon. Please, down to your passenger quarters.
I grew a bit sad when I realised we're not allowed to stay up on the deck.
You begin to descend down the steps into the passengers' quarters, and as you walk into through the archway into this hull area, you see it's not quite the luxury flight you expected. Glancing around the dimly lit area, you see an abundance of travellers all hunched together. You barely have room for yourself to stretch, but after some looking and searching, you find yourself some seats against the nearby wall. The people here all seem desperate, tired, but there's just a little glimmer of hope that carries in their eyes. A small halfling child holds onto her mother tightly, and she glances over to you as you approach and sit in the available seats, and hides her face into her mother, and her mother just pats her head. There, dear, nothing to worry about. A pipe sputters and hisses engine fluids and steam from a darkened corner as metal grates on the gears, and then that hum of machinery begins to overtake as the ground beneath your feet just begins to feel as though they're becoming weightless. You feel the airship beginning to take off as this thunderous just fills throughout the whole of the hole that you're now sound. What would you like to do?
Well, we're fairly crammed in.
Yeah.
So it looks like the entirety of all the guests are in one deck.
Yeah, you're in this one, what they call the passenger quarters.
For 2 days.
For 2 days.
So instead of it really being passengers' quarters, we are in a regular ship's equivalent of the storage hull.
It feels that way.
Cool.
I'm just going to lean back and like put my hat down over my eyes and go, well, best make the best of it.
Night.
Yeah.
Little dudes.
This isn't exactly what I thought it would be.
Is there any crew on this level? Sorry.
So am I keeping you up?
Yeah, sorry, it's because he's gone to sleep. Is there any crew on this level?
So as the crew let you down into the passenger quarters and then they shut the door behind you,
okay, so
there's no actual crew in this area.
But is there like portholes or anything? Can we see out? Or
Perception.
I was looking for those as well. So
Yeah, okay, go for
24.
24.
I see all the windows.
You do. Every window ever you see.
Yeah.
22.
22. Okay, so both of you casting glances, you can see around the hole there are little cylindrical portholes that just are scattered amply about, but there's a thick black soot about them. So you think to get a good view, you'd have to wipe away the soot.
Okay.
Okay. How close is our nearest one?
It'll be through a few crowds of people to get to the nearest one.
Okay.
At this point, you hear a voice then begins to boom out from the corners of this hull-like chamber that you're in. Other travellers, they look around the hull in amazement, curious to where this voice was emanating from. And after every boom of the voice, you notice little tiny copper pipes shuddering in response, forming a circular arc that lines the whole deck of your passenger quarters. And then the voice rings out. Good morning, travellers. I am your captain, Zephyrin Lumbertusk. We'll be setting off on our course to Bass shortly. We have a few rules while you are with us. You may step up onto the main deck of the airship, but please, I insist for your own safety, remain in the passenger area. If you do feel the need to wander onto the main deck during flight, please, by all means, take a look at the clouds. Enjoy your view. Relax in the notion that you could well be plucked by a drake any minute. It's an experience you'll never forget. Remember to hold on to the rails. Letting go may send you to your doom, however. My crew are busy, so don't harass them too much, otherwise we'll throw you into the brig. Water is handed out as we begin our voyage. What you get given is all you'll receive. Don't ask for more. The boy who asks for more always gets thrown into the brig. Finally, you might feel a little bump, a little turbulence here and there. This is all normal. We should arrive at Bass tomorrow. By mid-afternoon, if we can hit a good stride. Enjoy your journey, and welcome aboard the Gypsy. And at that moment, with Gypsy and Deva grinded to life, Engines hummed beneath your feet as it began to lift from the sky sport.
This is great.
From the sky sport. There we were getting so serious. From the skyport, soaring high above the golden clouds. Tiny spirals of light poked through the portholes that were almost blacked out by soot and engine dust. You step towards one of the portholes and you wipe away some of the black dust, and you spot just beneath you the Saltbreaker peaks off in the north. But you're looking at the direction where you previously travelled from, with a kind of sense of there's home.
That's my house.
But from the distance and from the height you now are, this is a true sight to behold.
Yeah.
This was freedom. You could taste it in the air. There's a dark, dank, repressive air, but it's free air nevertheless. And you're on your way to Bast. What would you like to do?
I'll just stretch my legs, I think. Yeah, I'll have water in the day. As much as I'd like to stay in here with everyone else, like, I'm more an outdoorsy sort of person.
Let's all go to observe.
So as you begin to head up towards the steps that lead back out, the door opens and you see a crew member come in, and he has a sack over one shoulder, and he goes, before you go out, 1 minute. And he takes his sack off and opens it, and you see that all the travellers and the passengers begin to crowd, and they sort of crowd around you, and they're all trying to push and shove, and there's a big volley for pushing and shoving, and you'll find yourself getting moved back and forth behind this mass of people. Fenrir, your huge bulk is keeping some of these people at bay, and they even press up against you, you're just able to like hold them back. And one by one you see them reaching with their hands, and this crew member begins to give them a canister of water. When it's gone, so don't ask for more, remember that? And eventually each of the canisters of water is handed out to the crew. Are you taking any?
I'll have one.
I'll take a water. I think it just makes sense to have one, even if we don't use it.
Okay, so you're taking it?
Yes,
I'll just shout out to them. Get us one, no?
Oh, I got one for him.
Right, he hands you the other one.
I have two.
and eventually these canisters of water are all handed out one by one, and the sack is very empty. And he throws it over his shoulder, turns and begins to walk back up the steps with no second thought or care for how anyone is. You see a few people getting pulled up by their arms, the people that have been flattened by this massive crowd of people. And then near you, sat on one of the seats with this flask of water, is a very large, burly man with dark skin and white dreadlocks. He leans towards you. Blue runes etched down his cheek and disappearing beneath his leather jerkin. It's despicable. This is all the water they are giving us. And he takes a sip before turning the canister upside down, and you see a few droplets, then nothing spills to the floor. And you hear another voice call out, "Hey, don't waste it!" One of the other passengers cries out, "Listen, they have lots of water on board, but we're not allowed it." "Say so. I used to be an engineer in Bast. I'd always see the inventory for transport of vessels like this. You know why? We all have to sit here in the passenger deck. Because on the next floor below us is the cargo hold. Know what's there? Gallons of water. For the rich. We all thirst, while they drain our wealth too." And you hear some other people go, "Oh yeah, yeah." It's like a ruckus then at that time. And you see a little child. She just begins to lick her lips as she finishes the meagre amount of water that was in the canister. The father wipes her dusty brow. "There, child. We'll be okay."
So is water quite a commodity?
Yes, so you know that this part of the world, water is a massive commodity. Yeah, so that the farther south that you go into Treveska, water is so sought after.
Well, it is literally worth its weight in gold then.
Yeah.
Okay. So that explains why everything's so expensive in the tavern then, drink-wise.
Fenrir walks over to the little girl and her father and offers her his water canister.
Okay. She reaches up for the canister and then looks at her father, and he kind of looks to you as if to ask, are you sure?
And Fenrir just nods.
Go on, take it. And then she grasps the canister, uncorks it and begins to drink the meagre amount of water that's in these canisters. And the father looks at you and says, thank you. That is very noble.
No problem, it's important that people like us look after each other.
Aye. Here.
I walk up to Fenrir. I go, it was very kind, my friend, but no good deed goes unpunished. And I look at the guy with the blue tattoo. We only have water for a few of us. And like everyone else around is like either holding on to theirs, I'm guessing, or they
everyone's holding on, or some people haven't drank theirs yet, but they're holding on and they're looking at the various passengers, and they're kind of guarding it with their lives.
Yeah.
You know, but it's going to be a day and a half, you were told, or possibly tomorrow, depending on the clouds. The thing with airship travel is that you never know how the clouds will be and how that will affect the speed that you can get to your destination.
It's solely based on how quick you can travel.
Yeah. And this meagre amount of water is meant to last a day.
Yeah, and the thing is that there's big civil unrest, isn't there?
Yeah.
Because there's like a higher echelon.
Yeah.
And like the gap between them is quite vast, isn't it?
So you have the hierarchy. You have far above you in the upper clouds is the sky cities. Like I spoke of at the beginning. The huge, the 7 citadels where these lords and ladies and these wonderful people live in. Apparently, you've heard from the stories, they have like a paradise of water and wealth, and it's luxury. Where you then have the middle clouds where you are now, and you know that these people call themselves the airborne, and the airborne are a series of they're a series of people that live on air stations. So these are floating huge contraptions, almost like little mini cities of their own, and they primarily work for the sky cities.
So almost like
and then below that, where you were on the very ground, that was the beneath. The beneath are the people that live on the ground, and to the airborne, they know you as lesser than them.
Right.
But the sky cities are greater than them.
Okay.
Imagine being lower than the people that work at Fleet Services.
Imagine.
The portholes, are they openable or are they solid?
They're solid.
They're solid.
Yeah,
okay.
you can fiddle around, but you can't see any way of opening them at all.
Okay. No. I didn't know whether they were just like you can swing them open or. That's fine.
The dark-skinned man looks over to each of you again. You want to keep hold of that water, unless you can somehow get more water.
Point of order, didn't he pour his away?
He poured a few drops out. He was making a point at the time. There was not much water. That's why he got shouted at by another passenger, because he was wasting water.
Girl, you just so wasted your water.
I was making a point. I have done this trip many times, and
Well, you could have just said it.
some of us have...
Instead, you decided to waste precious water.
Maybe I did. And he leans a bit
There's
closer.
no maybe about it. You did.
He leans a bit closer. I have more of a supply of my own that I would like to keep quiet.
Why would you tell us that?
I think it must be down to your kind-hearted nature.
And incredible arms.
Because I believe that you have just seen you give the water to a little girl. Maybe you
want to be good to all these people.
So you say you've done this journey many times before?
Yeah.
And you know for a fact that there is water in the deck below us?
In the cargo hold below us, there is water there.
Is it your water?
This is pure water.
No, is it your water?
Not my water.
Oh, no, you can't just take it. Not yours.
Yeah.
We don't take stuff that doesn't belong to us.
We're not crime people.
But this water belongs to them up there who don't care about us. You wanna let them walk over you, huh?
Sucks that they don't care about us. They should, but they don't, but it's theirs.
My friend here might be quite simple, but he does have a beautiful truth to what he's saying. It doesn't belong to us, and if we were to take it, our travel will be taken with it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about you, my friend, but an airship I have never flown.
Yeah. I thought you were better men than that.
Well, we are, because you're talking about stealing.
I'm talking about feeding the people, giving them a thirst,
There's stolen water.
quenching that thirst.
Is there any valuable information that you might be able to give us about accessing this lower deck quietly? What we do with that information is up to us, but
The lower decks, the cargo hold is not guarded that much. At least not on these sort of vessels.
Hang about. I don't want to do anything that's going to get me chucked off the side of this thing.
Yes.
neither do I, Marshalt.
Yes.
Neither do I.
The brig did come up in conversation quite regularly.
Yeah, this crew doesn't sound like it takes kindly to anything.
Did you see the captain? He's bigger than you.
He's rather large.
That means he could push you off the side.
You could try.
I vote we all just go to sleep for a day.
They are just like kind of like still like describing like a sounds like a good plan. Still asleep.
I'm gonna go up to the top deck because I know the way the conversation's gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with them.
Okay. So you both head up into the top deck.
Top deck.
So the wind up here is strong, but you get that sense of
It's making Fenrir's hair look
yeah,
amazing.
breeze, salon selective.
It's like,
I
oh my
get
god, it's
this.
so windy up here.
Fabio thing going on.
Yeah, pretty much. Just this massive beard over your face.
I fasten the toggle on the bottom of my fashionable hat
Nice.
so it doesn't blow off my head.
You know she can
You'd
apply
hate
some
for that
goggles
neck
as
to
well.
be
Yeah.
protected.
It's for the good, yeah. And out of nowhere, goggles. Oh, bloody marvellous up here.
So you both head up. I just say you heading as well. So, okay, so
Yeah.
I start heading up. I'm behind them on the stairs, but the moment they open the door and all this fucking bullshit wind,
bullshit.
This wind is
I
bullshit.
think about how small I am, and I think,
You know what? I think the porthole's probably the best experience for me. I'm just
my
gonna.
hand for you.
Yeah. And
Give you a
Fenrir
little grass
notices, if you want to come up, Boss Chops, I can hold you under my arm.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
All right, buddy.
I'll stay down here.
You shout if you change your mind.
I will. Thank you.
You'll keep an eye on him.
Whatever.
So you step up then onto the deck, and this wind is billowing into your faces. You see various crew members walking on the deck, and they're continuing to pull at the rigging and make sure that it's sturdy, to make sure the sails are just sturdy enough that it's taking the full brunt of the wind. And you just feel this sense of great motion that sort of rocks through your body. You each of you in turn step toward the railing and just lean out, looking out into the cloudy depths. There seems to be dark clouds far to the south, and they just seem to billow and flutter endlessly. This green prismatic hue that's scattered like a series of colour-toned steps, and they give way to this horizon. And can the three of you give me a perception?
Ooh, I put the goggles on backwards.
Yeah, 2.
13.
7.
So I just stood there with my eyes.
So you're
closed.
kind of like, you're both just immense in this great wind, and yet your eyes are slightly shut.
Yeah.
You, however, never seen this before, have your eyes wide open like an owl, and like the actual, the sockets are like, but in the very distance you spot something in the far horizon, and you point to your comrades, and both of you find the same horizon, and there you see these huge shapes, whale-like creatures with several fins that float endlessly in the skies. They're ducking and weaving between the clouds. Then it hits you, a loud reverberating call that jars through your body, sending shockwaves as these large beasts let out a beastly roar. A smaller whale-like creature drifts up from beneath the clouds then, rubbing snout to snout with the larger of the sky whales, and very slowly you see them dip and vanish back into the horizon whence they came, leaving behind a small little burst of sunlight.
That was magical.
And you just glance out into this long horizon, and you know that your voyage has begun, and you're properly on your way to Bast. And that's where we'll hold it tonight.
Skyway!
Yeah, we made it! Wrong ship.
So yeah, finally
Sky whales.
on the skyship.
Awesome.
Well done.
We did
Made it.
cry!
There was very, very little casualties. We didn't have anyone nearly die, which is
No,
nice.
good. What an improvement.
Yeah.
What an improvement.
We have walked into massive civil unrest.
But we had a very
I was going to say,
peaceful
we're not
time
going to start
that
a coup,
entire
are we?
episode.
So coup.
Lovely.
You know what? It's just nice to play with a bunch of people who aren't murder hobos.
Yeah, I know. We had a campaign like that, and it just gets so out of hand.
It just gets messy.
Best part is we were doing the same calm sort of stuff
Yeah.
during that.
Yeah.
Like we went for brunch while they massacred an entire museum.
We went for brunch and we had eggs Benedict and eggs Royale,
It was wonderful.
and it was
It was an egg
fantastic.
theme.
Yeah, well, I
will
got
always
really,
bring eggs
I
into
got
tea.
really into canapes out of nowhere.
Yeah, we were
Like,
hanging out in the lobby of an opera while they were murdering.
So there's times during this conversation when I'm wondering if you mean real life? How do you mean
Yeah,
that?
Yes, Chris.
Yes.
We're avid assassins.
We love to
The
spend
thing
time
is,
at opera.
no one looks at the
join
pair of
the
us and
canapes.
thinks assassins.
Yeah, travelling assassins
That's
that play
why
Dungeons and Dragons on the
that's
side.
why we're really good at it.
Although, the first time I met you, I did think that man knows his canapes.
Yeah, I do know my canapes.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
with
this
that in mind,
bunch in a glass, I got it.
see you next time. Channel Devonity. Goodbye.
Bye.